Mauricio Umansky shares his and Kyle Richards' recent reunion. While there's no universal blueprint on how to handle a marital split, Mauricio Umansky and Kyle Richards are doing the best they can. Since announcing their separation in 2023, the ex-couple has not only established a healthy co-parenting dynamic, but also a loving friendship. This was further demonstrated on Instagram last week, when the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills husband posted a sweet photo of his and Kyle's recent reunion. Kyle Richards and Mauricio Umansky come together for their daughter. The picture was taken during their daughter Alexia Umansky's engagement party at Kyle's Encino home. Mauricio and Kyle were seen smiling ear to ear as they posed beside Alexia and their soon-to-be son-in-law, Jake Zingerman. The former couple stepped out in what appeared to be coordinated outfits, with Kyle wearing a beautiful burgundy sequin dress that perfectly matched Mauricio's two-button suit. You can see the family photo here. Alexia Umansky praises her parents, Kyle Richards and Mauricio Umansky. Mauricio also shared a picture of himself dancing with Alexia during the backyard party. At one point during the celebration, Alexia delivered a heartfelt speech in which she expressed gratitude for her parents and the home they built together. "There's words I'd like to say for another day, if you know what I mean," she began. "But I do want to start by thanking, first and foremost, my mom and dad. I love you guys so much. We wouldn't be here without you guys today. This home is what it is because of you. I wanted to celebrate so badly here because of the home you made for us." Kyle Richards gives update on daughter Alexia Umansky's wedding plans. After 5 years of dating, Jake proposed to Alexia at their cozy SoCal home, which now share with their 2 cats. The couple, who have known each other since grade school, are set to tie the knot on September 6 in their family's go-to-vacation spot, Aspen. Kyle recently revealed that Alexia is knee-deep in the wedding planning process, which is why she couldn't give too many details about the ceremony. "I can't tell you that now because we're still planning it," Kyle told Briefing on Bravo. "Every day, we're organizing and planning and hiring, so nothing yet." Has Kyle Richards given Alexia Umansky marriage advice? Kyle was then asked if she had given Alexia any marriage advice ahead of her big day. The Beverly Hills mom said her daughter already had a good example of a healthy marriage, referring to her and Mauricio's decades-long romance. "You know what? She's grown up with her mom and dad, seeing our marriage," Kyle began. "Obviously, we're going through what we're going through now, but Alexia always saw a positive image of what that is. And now I think she's seeing a positive image of what being separated can look like. I think we're doing the best we can, and I think our kids feel that." The invitation. Mauricio Umansky stood in the hallway of his new condo in West Hollywood, holding an envelope with thick ivory cardstock peeking out. His name was written in Alexia's handwriting, loopy, elegant with a little heart dotting the I. He already knew what it was before opening it. The invitation to the engagement party. He took a breath and slid a finger under the seal. It was happening. Alexia and Jake were really getting married. A moment that once felt years away had finally arrived, not in some distant dream, but in his ex-wife's backyard. Their backyard. Mauricio stared at the golden script. "Join us for a celebration of love, laughter, and the beginning of forever. At home, where it all began." He smiled softly. Of course, he thought, Kyle would want to host it there. And strangely enough, he was okay with it. Encino, again. The house hadn't changed much. The Spanish tile still gleamed under the California sun, and the bougainvillea Kyle loved so much still spilled over the iron gate like nature's confetti. But something felt different. Maybe it was him. Or maybe it was just the feeling of walking up the driveway without a key in his pocket. Mauricio. Alexia came bounding out the door in bare feet and a smile that could light up the whole state. "Mi corazón," he said, scooping her into a hug. She clung to him longer than usual. "You look so good," she whispered. "And thank you for coming. Wouldn't miss it for the world. Inside, laughter spilled from every room. Kyle's laughter, most of all. The burgundy dress. He saw her from across the patio. Kyle was standing near the trellis, under strings of Edison bulbs, her hair swept into soft waves, the burgundy sequin dress hovering her silhouette like it was made just for that moment. She turned and froze for a second when she caught sight of him. Then, like a switch flipping, the familiar Kyle smile appeared. Mao. Hey, he said, his voice steadier than he felt. They met halfway between the buffet table and the fountain they'd once installed on a whim, drunk on wine and HGTV. You match me, she said, gesturing at his suit. He looked down, feigning surprise. Guess we're still in sync. Don't push it, she teased, but her eyes sparkled. For a fleeting second, it felt like nothing had changed. Dancing with Alexia. The backyard pulsed with music, champagne bubbles, and the scent of gardenias. Alexia took the mic, her voice trembling just slightly. There are words I'd like to say for another day, she said, glancing meaningfully at her parents. But I do want to thank, first and foremost, my mom and dad. I love you guys so much. We wouldn't be here without you. This home is what it is because of you. Mauricio felt his throat tighten. He caught Kyle dabbing her eyes with a linen napkin. Later, Alexia tugged on his sleeve. Dad, dance with me. He didn't hesitate. As they swayed under the twinkle lights, she laid her head on his shoulder. I'm so lucky to have you both, she murmured. Mauricio swallowed hard. We're the lucky ones, Maija. A moment in the kitchen. After the speeches and the cake, after the toasts and the slightly awkward congratulations from mutual friends who didn't know whether to hug him or avoid eye contact, Mauricio found himself in the kitchen. The same kitchen where he used to make late-night quesadillas after long days showing luxury homes. He opened a cabinet, looking for water, and paused. A post-it on the inside of the door. It read, "Buy more almond milk." Also, "You got this." He chuckled. Some things never change. Kyle appeared behind him, barefoot now, holding her heels in one hand. Caught you raiding my pantry? Just needed some water, he said, lifting a glass, and maybe a trip down memory lane. They stood there for a second. The silence was comfortable, not heavy. I know this couldn't have been easy, she said. He looked at her. You mean coming back here? She nodded. I was nervous, he admitted. But it feels good. It feels right. She smiled. We built something beautiful, didn't we? We still are, he said. Midnight conversations. Most of the guests had gone. Alexia and Jake were huddled on a lounge chair with their friends, laughing about something only the young understood. Kyle walked Mauricio out to his car. The night had cooled. The street was quiet. So, Aspen in September, he asked. Yep, that's the plan. It's poetic in a way. Our family's second home. Let me know how I can help. She looked at him startled. You want to help plan the wedding. He shrugged. I helped plan the last 25 years. Why stop now? They both laughed. Kyle leaned against the fence. It's weird, being apart. Sometimes I still forget and reach for my phone to text you something silly. Or I catch myself setting the table for 4, even though it's just me and the girls. Mauricio nodded. I still check my phone at 10 p.m. for a "You home yet?" text. She looked at him. We were a good team. We still are. The ring and the rose bush. Before he left, Kyle walked him to the garden. There's something I want to show you, she said, pointing to the rose bush they planted the day Alexia was born. It was blooming again. She used to pick petals from this and make potions, Kyle recalled, laughing softly. Remember when she tried to cure Sophia's chickenpox with it? Mauricio chuckled. She was always a little witchy, in the best way. They stood there, side by side, in silence. Kyle said, we've both changed. A lot, but standing here, I don't feel broken. I feel grateful. He looked at her. Me too. She reached into her pocket and pulled out a tiny velvet box. "What's this?" he asked. "I found it while cleaning the attic," she said. "Your grandfather's ring, the one you thought was lost." He opened the box. There it was, worn, golden, perfect. "I can't believe it," he whispered. "You should give it to Alexia," Kyle said, "or keep it for whatever comes next." He closed the box gently. "Thank you." The echoes of a home. As Mauricio drove away, he glanced back in the mirror. Kyle was still standing in the driveway, waving. The house behind her glowed with laughter and light. It was no longer his home, but it would always be home in the way that mattered most. That night, he posted a picture of them together from the party. Kyle in her burgundy dress, his arm around her waist, both smiling not just for the camera, but because in that moment they were proud of their daughter, of their journey, of themselves. The caption read simply, "Family is forever." Months later, Aspen. September 6 arrived with crisp mountain air and golden leaves tumbling through the Colorado wind. The wedding in Aspen was small, intimate, just close family and friends, snow-capped mountains as the backdrop.